I wanted to talk about the resolution of the broken solar panel that I had made the video about, and you can see a link to that right up here. Um, what I did with Legion Solar is I actually started a support ticket with them, and you can see that I basically started this support ticket on the night that I received the bad panel. And you can see here that I'm telling them that everything was great until the very final panel set out of the 5 that I had ordered. And I make a note on here that the final panel was stabbed at some point during shipment. And I've attached a photo album showing everything that's happening with it. And let's go ahead and take a look at some of those photos. So if we zoom in here, you can see that this is the panel, and you can see that this right here is the actual point of impact, but the entire panel has just been completely shattered. It's kind of amazing how effectively the whole thing was destroyed. I've got a picture here where I had zoomed in on the serial number, but this is in the very corner of the panel, and you can see that it's still just broken in tiny little pieces. And these pieces are not super safe. In the box that they were in, there were actually little shards of glass that were collected in the bottom of the box. And if you ran your finger across the front of this panel, you would actually be able to feel the edges of the glass. And so it was very important to actually be somewhat careful with that. And here you can see this is the outside of the box, and you can see where it actually got hit with something that was sharp. I don't know exactly what. But clearly, though, this is the inside of the box. Same thing, though. You can clearly see that this was an issue that needed to be dealt with. And so what I had done is I had mailed Legion Solar that same evening that we had the issue, and then I got a response back from Legion Solar saying that they needed to go through a claim submission with a shipping company. And keep note of the dates here. This was about 3 weeks before it all got resolved. So if you're used to Amazon Prime speeds on things, you're not going to get that with this. But just a sneak peek of the end, it did turn out okay. But anyway, I got a note from them that they need to go through the claim submission process, and this was 21 days before I took this photo. And then they were wanting some specific information about which of the boxes were actually bad. So I gave them that, and then they told me to keep the photos, so I think that was helpful. And then they said that the claim should be accepted within a few business days, and it can take about a week or so after that. And this was 3 weeks before the end. Then I said to do whatever they needed to do, and I could take other pictures. Then 5 days after that, I was asking for an update on how it was going with FedEx. They responded, nothing yet. It sometimes takes a few days, and there shouldn't be any update to provide until the claim closes, which should be another week. So that was 16 days. Then 1 week after that, I asked for an update on it. They responded saying that it was supposedly processing, and that turnaround time was 2 weeks after the claim submission. That was 9 days. And then 2 days before this, I was just I was starting to wonder if this was actually going to happen. And so I said that it had been 3 weeks and was wondering about whether or not we could expedite the replacement of the panel. And they got back saying that it closed. This was on a Monday. They got back and said that the case had closed over the weekend, and that the warehouse should be shipping out a panel. And they said that it should ship out by the end of the day tomorrow. It actually ended up shipping out that same day. The tracking information went to FedEx that same day, and I think it shipped late that night. And so then Legion Solar closed the ticket. And I got the FedEx notice, and the FedEx notice said that it was supposed to arrive on Friday. It actually ended up arriving on Thursday, and for the unboxing, I actually decided to open the box up and take a look at the panel while the FedEx guy was here. So I went ahead and did that, but immediately after that, I took an unboxing video, and here is that unboxing video. This is the unboxing of the replacement solar panel, and I will confess that it is already actually cut open, and that is because I actually opened it up and took a quick glance at it when the FedEx guy was here. But I've since closed it back up, and so what you're seeing is exactly the way it was when I opened it. So we started out with a normal piece of the flexible foam, then we've got quite a few pieces of the hard styrofoam, and we've got another piece that looks like so, and then we have the panel, which has more styrofoam on the other side of it, and the panel itself looks good. So we will go ahead and get this thing installed. This is the unboxing. So you can see that we did get the replacement panel. Luckily it does not look like this one. And subscribe if you haven't. We'll get this replacement panel installed, and then we'll have a full system of 7 sets of solar panels, 5 of which have battery commanders. Look forward to showing you what all of that looks like.